Hello everybody and welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. As all of you know, Season 1 Reloaded update came out a few days ago in the middle of the week, and it kind of broke the game for around 24 hours or so. But along with it came some pretty big changes to the meta weapons we've been using for the last few weeks or so. So I'll be going over what I believe is the top 10 weapons you should be using right now in Warzone 3. So without any more further ado, we're going to jump straight into it. So we're going to start off with the AMR-9 SMG. This thing was starting to creep up the meta towards the end of the first part of the season, and this thing is now definitely heavily part of the meta, mainly because of the TAQ BF-B muzzle. I mean, as I'll show you in here, it gives you 60% on your recoil gun kick, 40% on your vertical recoil, and 20% on your horizontal, with only very few negative effects on your kind of ADS speed, switch fast speed, and so on and so forth. There is an effect where it makes you appear on the enemy's minimap as almost like an advanced UAV. It's only for about 5 seconds or so, and I really don't think it is that big an impact for the amount of buffs this thing gives you. So it is super OP. It's going to be on a lot of the weapons that we're using so far. So you want that as the muzzle. You want the Commando Pro barrel, aim down sight speed, and so on and so forth. Use the slate reflector. For me, best sight in the game. Some of you I know might prefer the MK3 reflector, which is also very clean. Or you can even stick on the Choreo Eagle's Eye on this one. Whatever floats your boat. I like the slate reflector for me, particularly on like the resurgence on up close fights. It's really nice as well. High grain rounds for bullet velocity and damage range. And then we use the 50 round mag on this one. You can always up it to the 100 round mag if you want. It looks like a pair of balls, but the 50 round mag is enough for me, and that is what I use. So I'm going to quickly show you in the firing range how this one looks, particularly for up close. Absolute demon. And even at long range, it's not too shabby at all. So that is the AMR-9 SMG for you to use in Warzone 3. So next up on the list, we have the Striker 9 SMG, the younger brother of the original Striker UMP. We're using the TAQ BF-B muzzle for all the reasons we've explained before. It's just so OP. We've got to be using it. Using the TAQ MSP-98 handheld underbarrel. Use the 40 round mag on this one. I prefer it over the 50 for better movement speeds and all that good stuff. Use the Sakin ZX rear grip. And we run this with no stock for all the added benefits you get with that. And in the firing range, up close, if you can hit your shots unlike me, still warming up this morning, but this, as you can see, this thing up close and even that kind of medium range is an absolute demon, and one you should be using. I wouldn't say it's absolute meta, but it's climbing the ranks, and it's a good fun quick SMG to use. Now going on to the new HRM9 submachine gun, or the Growl 2.0 as I've been liking to call it, purely because of the iron sights. They're super clean and reminiscent of the much loved Growl from past war zones. We start off with the Sonic Suppressor S on this one. Gives you great bullet velocity and keeps you off the radar. The XRK Edge hand stop underbarrel. The Princeps long barrel on this one, bullet velocity and range. Folding stock for recoil control, gun kick control, and fire aim stability. And the 50 round drum mag, of course, for this one. This is a really fun SMG to use, particularly for those kind of close range fights. If you can control the recoil better than me, I'm sure you can. I'm still warming up this morning. But as you can see, it's an absolute demon. Again, I wouldn't say it's absolute meta, but it's fun, it's new, something to try out. Try different builds if you want. This build has been working well for me so far in Urzikstan, so use that one for yourself. Now we have the Pulemyot, or the Pulemyot LMG. Despite getting a small nerf, this thing is still very OP, and definitely meta. And I'm going to stop using words in trios and triples and whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm losing my will to live because this thing is still OP as hell. So we use the VT7 Spirit Fast Suppressor L, the TAQ Annihilator long barrel. Of course, goes without saying, we use the TAQ Annihilator bullpup kit for this one. The Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5X, and finish off with the Command D 15 recoil reduction stock. And if we jump straight into the firing range, you'll see this thing has basically not changed at all. Really shocking to hit my shots today, but they only nerfed it, I think, 2 damage per bullet at, I think, most ranges, if not all ranges. So this thing is still super OP, and it's the Pulemyot 762 LMG. Then we have probably my favorite weapon to be using so far, and still at the moment, I think it hit a small nerf, but it's still super OP. Little visual recoil and little recoil whatsoever. It's the Ram 7 using the JAK BF-B muzzle, of course, for all the reasons I've explained before. The Bruen Heavy support grip, the kind of go-to underbarrel so far this season. The XRK Cormac 40 heavy barrel, 60 round drum mag, of course, and the HVS 3.4 pad. Jump into the firing range. This thing is just, look, I mean, no recoil. Very little recoil. It has recoil, nothing zero recoil, but as you can see, so good, this thing. Best sniper support weapon in the game. This build is an absolute beast. Make sure you use it. It's the Ram 7 Meta. Now, next we have a returning favorite from the start of the season, the battle rifle BAS-B. This thing had some nerfs early in the season, but with the current change in the meta, this thing is back, and with the new muzzle, of course. We then have the Bruen Heavy support grip, the Pulemyot Eagle's Eye 2.5x sight for zero visual recoil, the Ravage 20 heavy stock, and the 45 round mag rounds this one off. And you'll see here in the firing range, this thing is back. Probably, it seems even better than it was before. It's an absolute beast. You can even fire it in single fire mode again. It's, yeah, super good at all ranges. The BAS-B battle rifle is back, and it's probably here to stay for quite a while now, so use this one. It's great fun. We have another battle rifle, the MTZ 762, very similar to the BAS-P, the way we build it as well, very similar. The JAK BF-B muzzle, of course. The Kimura Rhine 03 vertical grip. I hope I haven't butchered that, but use that vertical grip there. The Precision Blackthorn barrel, Pulemyot Eagle's Eye 2.5x scope, and the 30 round mag again rounds this one off. Very similar to the BAS-B, this one. It's just slightly more recoil. I mean, it might even be better than the BAS-P. Again, you can put this in single fire mode, and it's just an absolute beast. All distances. I think the battle rifles, they haven't quite worked out how to get them in, nerf them to fit them into the meta, but yeah, this along with the BAS-P and even the Ram 7 are just absolute demons right now, particularly in big BR, the Urzikstan one. This is the MTZ 762. Use it before you lose it. Then we have the WSP-9 submachine gun. I wouldn't say this is an absolute meta, but it's been slowly climbing the ranks, getting up the meta field. We use the XRK hand stop underbarrel for this one. The WSP Infiltrator integrated suppressor, high grain rounds for this. 50 round mag, of course. And the WSP Classics factory stock. This is a much slower firing SMG than a lot of the others, but if you can control some of the recoil up close, it's pretty decent. If you're better at shooting than me, you can hit your shots at long range, but of course it's a lot harder. But up close, this thing it's good fun to use, and it's slightly different to the absolute meta and slightly different to the WSP Swarm. And you can even build this into the old Milano, if you remember from past Warzone. So this is the WSP-9 Meta SMG. And then to round this video off, we've got two LMGs, one of them being the new TAQ Evolvere, which you unlock from doing weekly challenges. They're very easy challenges. You can do a mix of zombies, Warzone, or multiplayer challenges to unlock this LMG. I wouldn't say it's absolutely meta, it's good fun, and it is pretty good. I'll still say the Pulemyot LMG is much better, but we start this one off with the Spiritfire Suppressor L, the Hound 9G grip, the LRF Righteous Long Barrel, Pulemyot Eagle's Eye 2.5x scope, the Rampart Heavy stock for all extra gun kick and recoil control. And we'll go into the firing range for this one and I'll show you. This thing is, as you can see, it's probably not quite as hard hitting as the Pulemyot, but it's very easy to control recoil wise, and it's very good. So make sure you use this TAQ Evolvere while you can. And then to finish this video off, we've got what I used to call the Growl before the new SMG came out. This one, again, has similar iron sights to the Growl that we love. It got a nice little buff, and it was fun to use before the update. Shoots like an absolute laser beam. We use the Spiritfire Suppressor on this one. Again, using the Hound 9G grip, the Holger factory barrel, Pulemyot Eagle's Eye scope, and the Ascent Lord stock. And then we go into the firing range yet again. This thing, as you can see, almost like a laser beam. No visual recoil with the scope. Very little recoil on the actual gun itself. Really, really nice to use. So I hope this video has been useful to you and you found your new loadout to run in whatever you play. Vondel, Resurgence, Ashika, Urzikstan, whatever it is. One of these weapons is going to be for you. I am positive. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe as it helps out massively. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day.